since traffic's going to keep me sitting still for a bit. So if you know me, you know that I love disaster movies. I don't know why. It's just a grotesque obsession with the worse the disaster movie, like the more campy the movie, the better I like it. And one of them that I really, really like, not just for the campiness, but for another aspect that I'm going to actually be talking about now, is Deep Impact. That's the one with Morgan Freeman as the president, Taya Leone, I think, or the Coveney's wife. She's a reporter. Anyways, big asteroid is coming in. It's going to hit the Earth. What I like about it, or an aspect about it that I really like, is the way that they treat the news that the meteor's going to hit. Like, the government knows it and they're hiding it. And I play this game. We're going to play it probably pretty often on this channel. Let's assume the let's assume game. So let's assume that the government does find out that an asteroid's hitting the planet. Now, would they be the only ones? Would there be independent telescopes who find it also and get the news out? Let's leave that aside for a second. Let's say that it is only the government that knows. Would they act? Let's assume that they know that an asteroid's coming to the planet, like right now. Would they tell the public? Or how would they react? And that's the reason I think Deep Impact, the part about it I like, is that the idea that, like, listen, we can't tell everybody right now. They'll freak out. It'll crash the economy. It'll send people into civil unrest in like a big way, and lots of people will, it'll be too chaotic to get the evacuation plan executed in a timely way. And I think that's probably true. Like if we were to assume right now that because we're about to go through, the planet is twice a year goes through a meteor shower, and we're about to go through it. It's a loud truck. We're about to go through it again in June. Nothing to panic about. I have no inside knowledge. I don't actually think that. I think the odds are like really small that we ever really get hit. And that way again, the last time we've had a really big hit was, I think, 1919. That happened in Russia over a wooded area. But the point of that, or the interesting part about that impact, is if it were to actually, that same size asteroid were to hit like it did in that place in Russia over the city of London, it would wipe out all of London. It was a big impact. But again, I'm not fretting it. I don't stay up nights wondering if it's going to happen or not. I just like to play that exercise. If it were to happen, would we know? Would they tell us in time for us to do anything about it? Probably not, right? I have to assume that one of the things that the people who run things spend a good enough time turning their brains around is, how is society going to react to our next move, or how is society going to react to I think if anything, all they really wanted to do is maintain stability, in just so much that they maintain their power by having stability. So any kind of unrest, that's that same loud truck. Any kind of unrest is something that they don't want to happen, and that would include natural disasters and catastrophes. They'd much rather just have us kind of plug along, keep on going to work and paying our bills and paying our taxes and that kind of thing. If you disagree, happy to hear about it in the comments. You think, no, of course they would let us know as soon as we know, so we can problem solve together and figure out how to deflect or paint the one side, like in Armageddon. I think Armageddon, that Bruce Willis one, they suggested that they paint the one side of the asteroid white, and that would, with the sunlight, push it away or something like that. I forget the concept. Anyways, give me a great disaster movie, and I'll sit and watch it over and over and over again. The one with The Rock, where he's in San Francisco and his daughter's in San Francisco, and he's like a rescue guy. When he was super jacked up. One of my favorite movies, Ultimate Camp. Like, so bad. Every bad thing that could possibly happen happens. Like all these, like, it's almost as if like a weird obsession. I don't think Michael Bay did that movie, and I generally think Michael Bay movies are crappy versions of great disaster movies. But he has a following. He's made his money, so laughing all the way to the bank. Anyways, give me a great disaster movie, and I'll sit and watch it over and over again. I've even been known to play disaster bingo. Like, dog gets rescued. Teenage son tells his dad to F off. What are some of the other things we found in disaster bingos, the tropes? Sneaky, oily guy, like, lawyer or salesman or something like that, gets hit by something very heavy and dies, and the audience laughs, right? Those are the disaster bingo card spaces, and eventually you get bingo. All right, I'm out of here. I got to get off to work. Have a good morning. Peace.